rejecting an independent investigation.
Well, Joe, essentially Scott Morrison says that having some kind of investigation outside of the police process into a criminal allegation would threaten Australia's democracy. He's basically saying that the way this is unfolding in terms of what he's called a mob approach and some kind of, as Christian Porter mentioned yesterday, a trial in the media is not an appropriate course of conduct. But at the same time, we know that police in New South Wales have finished their investigation and closed that matter. We know that the South Australian Police, while they're assisting the South Australian coroner, don't have anything further to add in terms of that jurisdiction. So the question has been raised by Labor, by the Greens, by some friends of this woman, and more broadly within this debate about whether or not there does need to be some additional course of inquiry that could be taken here beyond the police. But Scott Morrison, as I said, is not keen on taking that approach or supporting that approach, and this is why he has to say.
I don't agree with the precedent or the prima facie case for there being such a process, because that would say that our rule of law and our police are not competent to deal with these issues, and they are competent to deal with these issues. They have reviewed the materials and they've formed their assessment. There is not some other process. There is not the mob process. There is not the tribe has spoken process. That's not how we run the rule of law in Australia. We run the rule of law based on police, on courts, on judicial systems, on rules of evidence, on presumption of innocence. That's how liberal democracies function. And we have to be very careful, even in traumatic and sensitive issues like this, that we don't fundamentally undermine that principle, because upon that, our entire system is built.
Anna, how significant is this statement on behalf of the family of the woman?
Well, we know the woman passed away last year, and her complaint, while there's some detail that's been published in the media, is largely not in the public domain, but it is significant that her family has now given a clear statement through their lawyers, and that statement says the family of the deceased continue to experience considerable grief arising from their loss. They are supportive of any inquiry which would potentially shed light on the circumstances surrounding the deceased's passing, and they ask for their privacy to be respected. So it does appear from that statement that they are now supporting those calls, those political calls from the opposition and others for an inquiry. Anthony Albanese, the opposition leader, really spelled out why he felt it was necessary for this kind of investigation to take place. Let's take a listen.
The hope of the Prime Minister that this could be just unseen or unheard, these allegations, and go away without a full and proper and transparent inquiry is just not realistic. It defies common sense. It simply doesn't work like that. And the problem is that unless the Prime Minister shows leadership and there is some inquiry, then we will continue to see press conferences like that was held by Christian Porter yesterday, and there will be examination, but it'll be examination by the media rather than through appropriate processes that should take place here. Now that the police have said that a criminal investigation cannot proceed, the issue does sit squarely with the Prime Minister. It's time for the Prime Minister to give both himself and Australians confidence that Mr. Porter is a fit and proper person to hold the office of Attorney General. This is the first law officer of the land. That does matter. That does make a difference. This cannot be the end of the matter.
Now, meanwhile, Anna, the Prime Minister has also faced questions about the conduct of his Defence Minister, Linda Reynolds. She's on leave at the moment, so why is she under renewed scrutiny?
Well, Linda Reynolds took leave in the aftermath of the raising of an allegation by a former staff member, Brittany Higgins, relating to an allegation of rape in a ministerial office in 2019, completely separate to this entire matter related to Christian Porter. Now, it is something which has been obviously a matter of continued interest, and we saw a report in this morning's Australian newspaper that behind closed doors, Linda Reynolds had referred to Brittany Higgins as a lying cow. Now, Linda Reynolds has delivered a statement saying that she was referring to some things that were, she believes, misunderstood around her handling of the complaint, and that she in no way disputes the version of events that Brittany Higgins put forward. However, that use of language has caused Brittany Higgins herself some concern. She's released a written statement this afternoon saying that the comments were incredibly hurtful and that the behaviour and language is not excusable, and further that it is just further evidence of a toxic workplace culture that exists behind closed doors at Parliament House. The ABC, Joe, did put a question to Linda Reynolds' office today asking if she had directly apologised to Brittany Higgins. We didn't get confirmation either way, but Trent Zimmerman, her colleague in the government this afternoon, did say he thought that was the right course of action for her to now take.
Right, Anna Henderson there in Canberra, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a legal criminal matter talking. Government, the laws or responsibility to protect society in a criminal. Someone is not allowed to act in behalf another he pass. Police, them they have to act in behalf someone he pass. Like someone when he did the criminal, he killed someone. This is the case. Police to act in behalf to these people he died. Raping. When someone he raping someone, and this time he gets sickness to raping him, he take case to police. He take case to police, and the police. This is someone they rape. He go in the hospital. He pass. This is the responsibility government to act in behalf to him. Someone when he take a case in the police and he don't have any sickness, cases they take too long to judge this case, and he take 6 months, 10 months, he pass, he die. This time police they don't have responsibility to act on behalf of this person or they was raping him, he died. When he passed, he died, no anybody have to act on behalf for him. Person they been in prison, he have to go outside in prison. Someone when he raping someone, is there no blame him case after they don't blame him case, and after he take 5 years, 1 year, he pass, no anybody allowed to act on behalf of these people he pass. This is the all government. Long ago they lost to act cases. Someone is not allowed to act someone cases behalf of him. These people he pass, him he have to act on behalf of the him only herself. Now, when you are someone you act on behalf of the him, meaning he act something he don't understand. Now him he needs story to these people he pass to give him a story. Now is no someone allowed to act on behalf of someone he pass. Is a case they been in the police. Police they take statement about raping and they put him on hospital. After he die, this is the responsibility of the police to act on behalf of the him. Someone, when he killed someone, now he punch him, he hit him, he go in the hospital, he die. This is the responsibility of the government, police, to act on behalf of the him. This is the bring politician to put rules. They bring them to bring government, and now is a shame. Is a shame. Government have shame to these cases all. Those people, ministers, he don't have shame. This is a woman, she don't have shame. Is the government a shame or responsibility? Cases, raping, they know how to take 30 years, they not act this case. They take 30 years, 25 years, after going to blame each other. This is, to me, is to give him or women her rights. And they bring them to bring these cases to start to abuse each other. I'm not blame women, I'm not blame men, ministers, I'm not blame him. I'm blaming government, not talk responsibility to protect society, to put rules, to come and the future to start to abuse them. Now they bring the government to shame about this. When women they give them real rights, this blame each other 30 years they're not there. And raping, in illegal raping, they need to take case now. This day they're raping him. Now this is all. They put rules to racism in society, and now they start to racism government. Women, to me, I'm not blame him to blame. All the women, government, they was not protect women to give him her rights. When women she was have rights, her rights, now this government they don't have this shame. Another here before news, Prime Minister he say is I don't want is they going to slave rules. And he said is I don't want to follow president. Is I don't want to follow president. Prime Minister Scott Morrison, he have to understand the government. What is the meaning of government? Government is a society. He have to understand them to go in, to be leaders. They take responsibility. Society they want them to take this responsibility to protect them. Now when he say I don't want to follow president, meaning he push our society down, meaning is I don't want to follow the society. When is not follow president, meaning is not follow the society. You have to understand all rules when they come to follow society, they're not going to cause a lot of problem government. Now look, they were confused to follow society, to protect society, and to protect, not to protect government, and now they not protect government. You have to get experience, not to push our people down. Him to be top to have society, is not to follow society, is not for president. Meaning is there in parliament for him alone only. When he get experience to follow president, meaning he get experience to follow society and to protect society and to protect him herself in the parliament and to protect government. This is a message for government and all society. All society. To me, my opinion, government is a laws to make criminal, to judge criminal society. Raping, they need when they raping them doctor to check someone with the raping him, to check sperm, to check damage he have, to check everything. Now to 30 years, how they going to check this? To get this information, she have here damage, she have here mistake. To me, government they have to go into this case. To go into this case, to give him women compensation, na men to continue to her job. Look how the rules, responsibility, to protect responsibility. I hear they talking, with him he have to stop job. This is a missing control. This is a missing control power. Ministers is a know how to stop her job. Why he have legal? Ministers he have to attend the court or he doing her job. When he win a case, he will continue her job. When he lost case, they judge him. Even they judge him. If they put him in prison, he lost his job. When they judge him, they take him fine from her. He have to continue to go to her job. Society, when they look, they're not happy to vote him again. When he will go front of the society, they destroy them. They destroy him. They're not going to vote him. Government, he needs to protect people's work government. And he needs to protect society life. I'm not blaming a woman what he did. This is to show government they don't have responsibility to protect women, to give him her rights. Now look, one he was 17 years, one he was 16 years. Now this time, they're going in 50 years. And they bring this case. This case, government to me, they have to blame government. Rules he put there was not protect society. Rules they were put there were not protect society. raping, they need everything to test and repeat again. When someone is saying he raping, doctor to start to test it, to check how he did him, how what problem he caused him. Now to 30 years, you think the doctor he's going to test this, he'll get this. This is a poor government. I'm talking every day. Control crime. They did not protect women, is it to give him her rights. I believe when they was give him men rights, women her rights, and men her rights, this violence they are not in the parliament. This is my video, share with the Prime Minister. He have to close with the society. Is a no route saying is I don't want for president. Meaning when he's saying don't want for president, is I don't want for society. He have to know every to go in parliament, president they vote him, and in the society they vote him. He have to respect this her society. We have to sitting with them to follow them. Okay, bye. I don't want to talk to this story. I decide when I hear Prime Minister he talking, and I hear this case to blame people he dying, someone they want to act on behalf of him. This is all government they have, is all responsibility government. They have to blame government, not to blame these people they did. Government, they did a lot of mistake. Every mistake, when you're going to see mistake they did, they lost responsibility. They have them to be compensation. These people, they get this problem. They get this problem. So that we need Prime Minister him to understanding we have to follow president and he have to follow her society to solve this violence. And it's slow to make a government strong. Now he's don't understanding with how government they shame around the world to hear this story.